I had so much fun doing that waiting for the bus quick 10-minute sketch yesterday that I thought I'd do a few. In fact, I think I'll put a short playlist together with at least half a dozen of these, because not just are they fun to do, but I think they can have a really helpful part in our learning to draw program, if you like, our package, particularly if this isn't the way we normally draw. If we don't make the time pressure one of the important factors about our process. I mean, how we draw is very linked to the time we have. If I have all the time in the world, well, I suddenly have a lot more choices when I draw. I have a lot more time to look at things. I have a lot more time to plan how I'll start, where I'll start, how I'll progress the drawing, and all of this. But if I think, man, I've got 10 minutes before the bus comes and whatever's not done ain't going to be done and I won't be here again, then that puts a certain pressure on me. And so, firstly, keeping it perhaps smaller than I normally draw, as is the case for me, using perhaps a finer pen than I usually do so that it's not just one big ink blob because of the small size, but also forcing me to think differently, to perhaps move a little more intuitively, to take risks more quickly and more easily. All of these things happen when my aim is to have the subject finished in 10 minutes. That when the train pulls in, when my friends come back from their shopping, I'm ready to go and I have something in my sketchbook or on a sheet of paper, on the back of a receipt if need be. The whole thing is to make this not a big deal. Because if it's not a big deal, that will take pressure off me and that will let me be freer and looser in my mark making, and that will almost certainly bring benefits, particularly if we get frustrated with our normal drawing technique style being perhaps a bit tight, a bit overthought. If you've ever looked at drawings that have very loose line work and very scattered, almost random feeling marks, then this is a great exercise to slip in regularly to your normal drawing. Now look at those arches. Look how they went from the right-hand one to the left-hand one. And I remember when I was drawing this, suddenly realizing I am never going to finish this if I don't stop acting like I have all the time in the world. Now that first section I drew, that doorway, I did take, not all the time I would have liked, but I knew that at the very start, with the very first thing I draw, I'm going to reference the whole jolly thing from this. So I do want it to have some chance of being helpfully in proportion. As it is, it's probably a little short, but you know, that's the luxury of looking back. But then time to push forward. And one of the things that does stay consistent for me in my drawing, whether it's a 10-minute sketch or whether it's a 30, 40, 50, 60-minute one, is that my tempo picks up. That I know I will get faster as I go along. And the very last thing I do is that right hand, mostly upper right hand section of this building that's set back a bit. Just look at the marks I use there and compare them with even the marks I used for the corresponding section in the center, and just see the slightly different feel. Now it's not different in the sense of it doesn't match, but it feels even more relaxed than the marks and lines I've used in the center. Slightly less detail, slightly quicker decisions and moves and placement, and it really suits something that is just that little bit back further from where we are looking, as, if you like, the furthest part of this building that we're looking at. So it kind of mimics, in the effect it creates, the effect we have in life, that we see the closest things and the things most directly in front of us more clearly. And again, my starting in the center also creates that effect, but in the opposite direction. The things that we see most clearly, the part of the building we're directed to, particularly when we have a symmetrical building such as this that has a center area and then it's the same on the left and the right. But as I said, I realized when I did those arches moving off to the left. Well, that's it now. I'm committing to picking up the pace. I'm committing to not being so precious about how my marks are. And I'm going to really get stuck into this process. And so then I did something that I wasn't particularly happy about, but I haven't done it yet, so I'll leave it. And I'll point out the fact that these windows that we see on the ground floor through the arches, have you noticed that they don't sit directly centered within each arch, within each arch? The ones to the left and right of the doorway appear to, and they almost do. The left-hand one probably does, the right-hand one almost. But as we then move out, because this colonnade is closer to us, it creates a different viewing angle. We're only looking straight on actually in the center where the doorway is. And even our view is slightly off center. And so not just are the discrepancies of the shifts not symmetrical, not just do they happen, but they're not the same left and right. So observation, we need to do that. But once I've observed it carefully once, now I know that this is what happens and I'm looking out for it. And now when I do another drawing that has windows set back from a colonnade such as this, I know to look for it. And this is how we build our ability to draw quickly, particularly when we draw the same sort of architecture over and over again. Now, my frustrating thing was I made these upper story windows too tall and thin, which means that the building's going to look slightly top heavy in my drawing compared to the reference. But I'm going to try and just, if anything, slightly reduce the height of what I draw from here on, just to try and compensate slightly the visual impact of drawing everything super consistently. That bus is getting pretty close. It's probably almost in sight. And so this is the spot where I suddenly realized, Stephen, push on. I realized I was kind of pausing, wanting to take 5 minutes to see what I'd done and what I had to do and take a breather. And I realized you don't have time for that. But can I say, I never let my marks become careless. Every mark must still be intentional, even when we're doing a very quick drawing. There is no point choosing a subject for one of these quick sketches that we don't have a chance of doing well in the time before the bus comes. So this, for you, may be a 15-minute wait for the bus drawing rather than a 10-minute one. And that's okay. If you absolutely can't do it in 10 minutes in any way that to you doesn't look way below what you think you've got the ability to do, then give yourself 15 minutes and push yourself that way. Or depending on the subject, draw less of it in 10 minutes. That can be another helpful way as well. But don't do drawing after drawing like this following my 10-minute script, what I'm trying to do in 10 minutes. If 10 minutes is really impossible for you for that. But don't make the mistake of thinking that just because you're uncomfortable in trying to do it in 10 minutes, that it means you can't do it. It is trial and error. So do it. And don't make a judgment on the first one you do. Repeat the first one or do a second one. Do a few. There's only 2 at the moment, but do a few before you decide whether this is or isn't a helpful or even just fun thing to do. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it because to my mind, to my thinking, only 10 minutes takes a lot of pressure off me. Because, well, if things aren't always quite right, well, what do you expect? I'm not a magician. And that lets me enjoy the process and the feel of the moving of my arm and the ink on the paper and possibilities. Also lets me experiment a little bit more with things. So here's 2 people. Yep, I didn't get those legs centered right, so I've just had to give that person a bit of a wider torso. Notice how underdrawn those are, because I don't want them to be so well drawn that people are going, oh, look at these people. I want people to be looking at the architecture, which I'm, let's face it, better at drawing than figures anyway. So very much just a hint here. What do you think? G'day, I'm Stephen Travers. Why not have a go drawing this? You'll find the link to the reference photo in the video description below. And why not hit that like button for me? So if this is something you think would be helping your drawing expansion, why not give it a go? But in the end, whatever you draw, however you draw it, make sure you have fun. I'll see you next time. Bye.